Excuse me while I interject your traditional morning affairs, whether it be eating breakfast. Well, here's an unsightly face to stare at while chomping down on those scrambled eggs. Morning, whatever it might be. MLB The Show 21, we look to have the cover leaked. It is not confirmed, but it really does lean the way of it being the official cover. We have multiple sources talking about that we're going to go over. And then Xbox. It seems to as well been confirmed for the Xbox console, along with PlayStation, PS5, PS4, Series X, Xbox One. Still no word on Switch, still no word on PC, which doesn't surprise me. We'll talk about that a bit later. Leave a like if you guys do enjoy these. As always, subscribe for huge MLB 21 news, perhaps quite soon, opposed to later. And let's go ahead and dive into this one. So here we go. First thing first, we have Steve Noah from Operation Sports. I consider him, I followed him for many years, to be a very credible source. Looks like Fernando Tatis Jr. is the cover athlete for MLB The Show 21, coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox X/S. No release date yet. And here would be the cover. Let me just ensure I'm not covered up on the goods here. You see PS4 and Xbox One. Fernando Tatis Jr. Is this really a shock? I don't think so. I think this has been the odds-on favorite. If you bet $100 in Vegas for Tatis being the cover, congrats on your newfound $1. You know what I mean? You're not going to get too much as far as that's concerned. It was the overwhelming favorite for us to see. And then here we have the PS5 and they don't have one for the Xbox Series X, I suppose, yet, or not final. So what would these screenshots be? They would be leaks on listings for pre-orders. I'm not sure where. I have not seen any light shed upon that yet. But that's typically where these come from. And we have the Tatis cover. Now, if you were to nickel and dime this shit, we have the new San Diego Studio logo, PlayStation Studios for all Sony-made games. If you look at Miles Morales box art, for example, they have that same little logo on there. They also have a new MLB Players Association logo. Of course, they always had the yellow batter. You know what I mean. If you've seen an MLB The Show box, do I have one near me? Fuck, there we go. Right there. You see it? Is it going to focus? Probably not, but you get the idea. So that's what we have to look forward to. The first place I found this was from a nerdy dad. This was earlier today, which he has watermarked, and of course this one is unwatermarked. So I imagine he found it, then of course just put his logo for posting it here, and this is where I first saw it. Now, he leaked this. It's still not officially out there. This could not be true for all that we know. In a follow-up post, yes, the MLB 21 cover is real. I know it hasn't been revealed yet. That's why it's a leak. Swipe for other games I posted before the reveal, and I went back. He has a lot of Funko Pop release posts, but I was able to find these, track these down. He didn't fake anything. He didn't Photoshop this shit. I looked through this shit. I put it through the ringer with the magnifying glass. I can attest to it. And if you're to look at this, July 1st for these NBA 2K, all the correct covers. When was this actually announced? On July 2nd. Now, I remember there was leaks prior to this. I had already known who the covers of NBA 2K21 prior to 2K putting out this tweet. Regardless, does it matter if he was the original leaker or not? As long as he gets the information, he's credible. So that's really all I'm looking for. Then you also see WWE Battlegrounds by 2K. Anybody playing this? I'm not sure. I'm not as familiar as with NBA 2K, but July 7th, as you see. When was the cover announced? July 8th was the cover announcement for that. Then finally, I also looked at Far Cry 6. That tweet, or this post rather, this post, as you can see, was on July 12th, which that was actually the same day that Far Cry 6 was announced. Could this have been after? Perhaps. Again, we don't get the timestamps for Instagram posts, but this was on the Ubisoft Forward live stream, kind of like E3. They just showed off all the Ubisoft games on the 12th of July of 2020. So pretty much batting 1,000 from those three. I didn't look at a G.I. Joe, but a day early on 2K, a day early on Battlegrounds, and the same day, presumably before Ubisoft Forward actually announced it. Is at least what I think. If not, that's still two that he definitely had before the official announcement. So I personally do put a good deal of credibility into this from what we've seen. And again, if you're to look through this, nothing looks incorrect. Everything looks exact as you know, the PS4, Xbox, and PS5 box arts look. They all have this signifying HDR 4K Ultra HD. The logos all look good. Nothing on this looks fake. It looks completely polished. It looks like what we're going to get with the game ships on who knows what date. So we're going to wait for that. I do also want to say, if you look at this guy's track record, the other stuff that he had leaked going into 2K a day after Battlegrounds, a day after, and we know news is coming in February. I think it is a very strong chance that we are going to get news probably on February 1st. That's going to be my personal guess right now, is we're going to get pre-order, we're going to get the official cover, that one for Fernando Tatis Jr. We're going to get that slapped to us. If you have tweet notifications, boy, get them fired up. Because I do expect that they are going to tweet that out on February 1st. If not February 1st, early in February. Again, just based on how these things typically work. And, you know, we've been in the dark this long. I would like to think SDS would like to bestow some good news upon us the earliest day possible out of the time frame, the 28 days of February that they did give us. A couple other things I want to talk about. You know, no PC, no Switch. We didn't hear about that. Is there a chance that there's just not a PC box art? Yeah. The, you know, physical PC games. What kind of fucking troglodyte are you? Buying physical PC games? Do you not own Steam, sir? Obsolete in 2021. I keep forgetting that the calendar changed. But there's still a chance. Who knows? We just saw these listings from retailers, likely how this stuff got leaked in the first place. Hold out hope on PC, but it's looking very grim for Switch. And again, that's not too surprising, just for the matter of fact that the Switch isn't all that powerful. Like I said in my previous video, it's like an Etch-a-Sketch that can play Mario and Zelda. It's less powerful than the base PS4 and Xbox One, which weren't, you know, entirely beast machines as is. You know, it is quite far behind. And it is a pipe dream, rather, to think that a game made for the 9th generation consoles, the PS5, the Xbox Series X, could run on a mobile processing chip that is powering the Nintendo Switch. I completely understand why this is the case, even if you're to look at a game like 2K or any ports. They typically do a good job. Doom is one example that I can attest to that is a pretty damn good port. But it's still not as good as you could see on PC, or let alone even the base consoles. So it's always watered down. It makes sense if it's not going to be on Switch. And this also brings up the conversation of crossplay. Is that going to be coming? I don't personally think so. I do think they would probably have a separate marketplace and separate you know, game search leaderboards, whatever you might call it. PlayStation players are not going to match up against Xbox players. Furthermore, I think there's a good shot that PS4 and PS5 might be at least separate as far as searching for games go. I could see the marketplace being the same, because that doesn't really matter, but PS5 is going to be at a really an unfair advantage. If you have more money, it is going to be quite literally pay to win. If you can afford to spend $1,000 on a scalp PS5, or you know, roll the dice and get lucky enough to roll the fucking Yahtzee to get a PS5, you're going to be at an advantage opposed to a base PS4 player. So this, again, is not confirmed. However, I find it hard to believe that it is not going to be exactly what we see once it is announced. And again, it is the 31st that you're seeing this. I wouldn't be surprised if we see shit drop tomorrow. So again, subscribe to the channel if you guys are looking forward to MLB 21. Gonna post tips, gameplays, news, pretty much if it's MLB 20 related. There's a more likely chance than not that you could find it on this channel, so would appreciate that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Are you disappointed? How do you think the cover looks? Again, I find it hard to believe that this is not going to be the official one. I doubt at first, but I think there is a lot of credibility around it, and it just looks perfect. I really don't know what else to say. I don't think you could fix something this good. And you know, like I said, hopefully we will see news soon. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy this one, leave a like down below. Thank you for watching. There, guys, out. Yeet.